What's up, everybody? Aaron here, along with my friend Ray, back with another episode of Franchise Tagged Fantasy Football Podcast. This week, we are going to go into a temperature check on the top 12 finishes for quarterbacks in 4-point scoring or 4-point per passing touchdown scoring format. So, Ray, as always, how you been? How was your weekend?
It felt like it was too short, but then I had like a 4-day weekend, so I don't really know. Just felt like I should have got more weekend, but then I didn't.
You're being greedy.
Very true. Very true.
I got that.
How about yourself?
It was long. I went to see family. The drive was long. Time with family was short, but you know how it goes.
That I do. How about some news around the NFL?
Sure. Biggest news, I don't think we covered it, but Sam Darnold signed with the Panthers. They are trying to get rid of Teddy Bridgewater. Not trying, but they're actively seeking trade offers for Teddy Bridgewater. And biggest news from the past week is James Conner signed a $1.5 million contract with the Arizona Cardinals.
Does that make him the running back one there?
That makes him in a full-on timeshare with Chase Edmonds.
How come they can't get a good running back? Like, what's
Chase Edmonds is a good running back. He's just
he's the good running back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they did have a good running back in David Johnson up until he decided he wanted to hurt his wrist and then get traded for
all the things.
Yeah.
No, I don't particularly. I'm not big on the James Conner signing or the experience. Kind of don't want to take that ride. Let's just say this right now. If I had to say where his value was to me in the draft, immediately my brain thinks 10th. 10th round.
Oh, 10th round. I thought you were talking about 10th pick. I was like, you are high. No, but yeah. Ew. Just ew. Everyone thought he was going to be great in Pittsburgh from the one season, but now he can't stay healthy. He's more of a liability. Even in the 3rd and 4th round, like the was drafted, didn't help you. He's too injured all the time. I might take him in the 7th.
See, that seems too high for me because you can get people like say last year in our redraft keeper, we got a guy that got Stephon Diggs in the 7th.
That was oversight on a lot of people in the league, though.
True, but I mean, you see what I'm saying. The value can be there later in the draft, like in the 7th round, and I don't feel comfortable taking a shot on James Conner then.
I do, maybe, depending on how the draft goes. But if you follow our drafting advice, you're going to go running back, premium tight end, or running back, premium tight end, running back. So you're not really going to be really looking for a running back that late. Might be your flex option for bye weeks or in case of injury, but if you're picking someone up to be a safety valve for injury, you're not taking James Conner. I'll tell you that much. So,
all I'm saying is that if I got him like at the very tail end of the draft and he becomes, I don't know, maybe a 1-2 down guy with touchdown upside, I'm okay with that. Like in the 10th, like I would take that risk. That's what I'm saying. So late that you're just throwing darts at a board and hoping something sticks. Maybe that might. I doubt it, but that might.
It might. I mean, we'll see. Obviously, hopefully, training camp this year. I mean, a lot of teams are opting out, but at least hopefully some videos of names like James Conner will surface of them training. And get a little bit of a hype train going, but, I mean, yeah, I'm with you. I'm 7th round, I'll start looking, but depending upon how my team is built.
Now, look, I just can't. I cannot wait to get into that hype season. That's my favorite season. It's my favorite time of year. It's like Christmas.
According to my watch, it is right around the corner.
Yeah, it's already Gibbs season.
It's always Gibbs season.
It's always Gibbs season.
End of this month, we'll be hyping up all the rookies that got drafted to their stellar superstar spots. That's a lot of S's right there. Sorry for the. But, yeah. So, anyways, you good with the news? Let's roll into it. The top 12 4-point per passing touchdown fantasy quarterbacks. I want to pause after I say who's number one, because I want people to think who finished. Don't cheat, audience. Don't Google. Don't ask Siri. Don't ask Alexa. Good. Glad my phone didn't go off. But who finished number 1?
That would be Josh Allen, my friends. Josh
Would be.
Allen. My Trey Lance comp, just so you guys can remember that. I want to keep that in the forefront of you guys' brains, just to know where you heard it from first. It was me. But Josh Allen, he finished with 405 points in the 16 games he played, and an average of 25.32 points a game. I'll say it right now. Coming into last season, Josh Allen, I was pretty high on him. I really wanted to get a piece of that pie. I didn't. But I got somebody else instead. I got the bad man himself.
Yeah. Still mad about it. Every time you bring it up, I'm going to be mad because you backdoored a first round off a trade. I hate you. Anyways, yeah, man, he was lights out. It's partly because, as we talked about, the Bills' offense was the most one-dimensional offense in all of football, realistically.
And he took a step. It was like two things that kind of worked in his favor. He took a real big step, and the offense just wanted to throw the ball, which I'm cool with. I like that Josh Allen.
He's going to be good for a long time. Hopefully. I mean, I'll knock on wood.
That's all I got on Josh Allen, really. That's it.
Number 2, I talked a little crap on him last week during the receiver episode, but the Arizona Cardinals quarterback, Kyler Murray, he finished number 2. He's obviously doing something right, but as we said, man, I don't think he's going to be able to hold up if he has to throw that much. But 390.74 points on 16 games played for 24.42 fantasy points per game. Having DeAndre Hopkins obviously helps. So
it also helps to have an intact shoulder. That helps.
Fair.
That's a plus.
That's fair.
A lot of guys want that.
Also helps that your coach will let you run the ball as a quarterback. I'm pretty sure a lot of his points came from rushing because rushing points are included inside of these points as well.
Yeah, and they have to be. To tail end of the season, Kyler Murray was a lot more hit or miss than at the beginning of the season. He was nuclear. He was on fire.
Mm-hmm. He looks like he was going to be fantasy gold.
Maybe this is why I have just a different opinion on Kyler Murray. I think he's still going to be a viable fantasy quarterback until his body does give out. I think it's got a little more time than next season.
Oh, I do too, 100%. But I'm kind of just like, if that makes sense.
That's what the problem is with the smaller frame guys is that you got to think about people like Aaron Donald coming down on you. That's not a man that I want to get tackled by. And Kyler Murray isn't very much bigger than me, so I'm just going to go ahead and say those two things shouldn't exist together.
He's 5'10", 207.
Ooh, I'm a little heavier than him. Yeah. A thick boy.
But
it's all fact.
375 completions on 558 attempts for 3,971 yards, 26 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. But here's where he got a lot of his points. 133 rushing attempts for 819 yards for 11 touchdowns. 11 rushing touchdowns. So he had, 37 total touchdowns. And that's where a lot of his points came from.
Yeah, and I don't think that number is going to really change that much. He's a 10 rushing touchdown quarterback. I think that's the floor.
The comp I would make for Kyler, as far as not size-wise, but just overall physical ability and what you're kind of going to get fantasy games, is early Carolina Panthers Cam Newton. He'll throw the ball, he'll throw touchdowns, but he'll rush for majority of them.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm okay with that comp. That's fine. Cam at the beginning of his career was pretty viable for fantasy for a long time. It's only recently that he's just been somebody.
That's what I'm saying. But Cam had always been known to not throw a bunch of touchdowns, but run a bunch in. So that's why I don't that comp. It's the comp you're getting, and you're going to like it.
Well, you know what else I like?
Who finished number 3?
You're damn right.
Yeah.
The bad man himself, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, ladies and gentlemen. Aaron Rodgers, future Jeopardy host. league MVP,
2-time.
balling out of control, beard wearing, beautiful man himself, Aaron Rodgers.
I think you've confessed your love enough.
On 387 points last season, 387 and a half, really.
Yeah.
24 points a game. I had Aaron Rodgers. I was happy with him. I had to get rid of him for what I think some are just upset that it was just a really devious plan, but a plan that came to fruition nonetheless.
This is me being over you right now.
This is where I would have Aaron Rodgers right about in that 5 range going forward until he leaves Green Bay.
Touchdown passes are going to regress. He won't throw 48 again. He'll be a 35 to 40 guy, but still 8 touchdowns less is quite a dip in points.
Yeah.
Actually, I think he might throw closer to probably just 35. People are going to be onto it, depending on what Green Bay does in the draft. If they happen to actually draft a viable wide receiver, or for the grace of Jeff Janis himself, MVS takes a step forward, or Alan Lazard takes a step forward and becomes a valuable number 2. They're gonna. I mean, you can't really double Devontae anyways because he'll still catch the damn football. But I think he'll probably finish. He'll finish 5 to 10. I would give 5 as a ceiling.
Well, he'd be a top 10 guy.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is kind of one of the targets that you would have in the late round quarterback draft strategy. If you want to take a look at guys like Aaron Rodgers that are going to fall, maybe not this season. I doubt he'll fall this season. It'll be your guys are going to probably look like maybe Russell Wilson falls. Good one to look at. I think in a redraft you might see Trevor Lawrence down there near the bottom. Might be a guy you want to take a chance on. Maybe.
A rookie? Redraft rookie?
Maybe.
I'd take him 17th round, 15th round.
Justin Herbert will be late, probably, unless you have a Chargers fan in your league. Things like that. Dak, without a Cowboys fan, there's no way that you don't have a Cowboys fan in your league. So
they're everywhere.
It's like, oh, you're a Patriots fan or a Cowboys fan. Unique.
Oh. I mean,
I know our good friend of the show, Jonathan, is listening. That was a shot right there. That was you.
It's rude.
I'm just kidding. You guys didn't catch it.
And moving on, Aaron Rodgers finished number 3. We're going into number 4. He is the new gunslinger. The dude literally threw a pass fully horizontal this year and hit the dude in the face mask, and he didn't catch it. It is Patrick Mahomes.
You think Patrick Mahomes finishes number 1?
If he played all 16 games? I think he finished number 1. He played all 16 games this year.
Okay. Not much else you can say about Patrick Mahomes. He'll probably go
381 total fantasy points on 15 games for 25.36 a game.
You know, I take that back. There is something to say about Patrick Mahomes. So
he has no offensive line now.
I blurted it out for a second, but most likely Patrick Mahomes is going to be the first quarterback off your board.
And most likely in redraft, someone is going to take him in the first round, and that's a huge screw up. So don't be that person.
Don't do that. Or the second. If he comes to you in the third, okay, that's
maybe.
I can see that. You got some other solidified pieces, and Patrick Mahomes fell to you in the third, maybe.
But this is the prime example of you draft Patrick Mahomes last year in the late first, early second. He finishes 4th. You turn around and draft Josh Allen in the 7th, 6th to 8th round, depending on your league, and you get all that extra value.
Or a guy potentially right behind him. I know Aaron Rodgers went a lot later than he did in drafts. He went, I think, in the 10th with us. Deshaun Watson, if he's going to play, he'll probably go after him, but that's probably a better value.
Yeah, and rolling into the next one, Deshaun Watson finished number 5.
So you gotta look at it. Deshaun Watson probably went 4th or 5th in your draft, maybe third round. You look at the point differences between the first overall pick that you would have had, or the first round pick that you would have had to spend on Patrick Mahomes, and the 5th round that you spent on Deshaun Watson, and that's a 4-point difference total on the season.
Yep.
Total. Now you're drafting a guy like Patrick Mahomes to be the number 1 quarterback in the league, and at the first round he has to pay that back to you. Otherwise, it was a missed pick. And he was outshadowed by a Josh Allen by, 25 points? That is specifically one game for him. I don't know. He has to have that first overall finish to return that semblance of value to him.
But like I said, if Patrick Mahomes played 15, you're looking at a fraction of a point difference between the two. So it's our way of saying that, you can pick Patrick Mahomes first and basically be guaranteed a 1, 2, or 3 finish if he plays all 16, but you're not getting the return on a running back, a tight end, a second running back, or a wide receiver that are going to really help you win the league. Yeah, you got the number 1 quarterback in fantasy, awesome, but if you don't put together a roster that's going to get you a championship, doesn't really matter. So, I mean, it's just kind of how it is.
Yeah, we already talked about Deshaun Watson enough, I think, because we don't even know his status. And
that's something you're just going to have to monitor on your own.
Yeah.
We're going to kind of around it.
Next guy we're going to talk about is Russell Wilson, finishing 6th. I didn't think that he finished that high. He was kind of one of the other quarterbacks in this list that were kind of surprising me, even though he always finishes somewhere in that 1 to at the bottom 7. I didn't think that he'd be that high this season. Maybe because he didn't have a whole season of cooking, as I would say.
A whole season of cooking, huh? Let me check the game log for Russ. Danger Russ.
So the reason I'm saying that is because, like we had mentioned in a previous episode, Pete Carroll has this propensity to just say, look, we're just going to run the ball no matter what. We could be down by 1,000,000 points. We're going to be running the ball. Smash mouth football. But he's got Russ right there. Let him throw the ball. Let me get fantasy points from Russ cooking with gas.
Over under 4.5 games with Russell Wilson, less than 15 points.
I'd say it's over.
Under. He only had 3. Ooh. Over under 4.5 with Russ having less than 20 points.
Well, then I'm going to say under.
Over at 5.
Man.
He didn't do bad. And his under 20 was 19.9 and 18.1. So, I mean, he had 1 game under 15 right here at 11, 1 game under 15 at 14.4, 1 game under 15 with 13 points. So he didn't do awful. I think it's just because of the way that the receivers panned out in Seattle is why you feel the way you feel about Russ.
I think so. That makes sense. I mean, I don't know. I was just really cool on Russell Wilson this season. I did not think he would have finished in the 6 hole.
I mean, you gotta think, dude. The first 7 weeks of the season, everyone was chanting MVP. That was this year.
Until Aaron Rodgers decided to say, "Look, fellas, I'm still here."
Pete Carroll started chomping on his bubble gum and said, "Run the football."
Run the ball. Smash my football.
I mean, I'm just saying. But anyways, yeah, he finished 6th, 23.3 on average a game. Number 7.
Ryan Tannehill.
I don't like that. Don't say that one again.
Another guy, I was like, I don't know how he finished. I had him. And I'm like, where did these points come from? Where did they go? He was pretty solid, though. You know, there's a crazy stat that said that Ryan Tannehill and Patrick Mahomes have thrown the same amount of touchdowns, the same amount of interceptions, or something like that.
That was this year.
And I was like, that is wild. And I looked it up, and it was true.
It is true.
Tannehill is really efficient. Really efficient.
Yeah. I mean, when Derrick Henry runs the ball down people's throats for 2,000 yards and all you have to do is put an accurate pass to A.J. Brown, like, you're good.
It's all he's going to have to do next season.
I like Tannehill as an above average play. Probably that third tier of quarterback would be my thing.
I would put him above a lot of what we have on the list left.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw the bottom of that list. I saw the bottom of that list. I was like, ooh, buddy. But yeah, I mean, I would put that there. Oh.
Yep. Next on the list here, Tom Brady. Thomas Jamal Brady,
The plant man.
playing man himself.
Finished at number 8.
Finished in 8 hole. Again, another guy. Like, all these guys, I'm like, I feel like Justin Herbert finished a lot higher than these guys, and he didn't. Joe Burrow would have finished a lot higher than these guys, but he got hurt.
We'll never know.
Dak would have been on this list for sure.
Oh, yeah, 100.
So I'm like, how many of these guys are going to make a repeat? Is Tom Brady, are the wheels never going to fall off? Is this man going to be caught in, like, the movie Twilight or something like that as being a vampire?
I personally think it's going to be like a Peyton Manning and a Drew Brees, right? Drew Brees obviously had a way down season this year.
You just hit a wall.
Peyton Manning came off of a really good year, and then all of a sudden he was benched for Brock Osweiler. Like, I think he's going to think that he can do it for a long time, and then next thing you know, man, you're driving along, and all of a sudden that wheel is just bouncing beside you in the window and just taking off on the side of the street. Like, it's just going to fall off, and it's going to happen quick.
He doesn't even look like he's older.
He looks like he's gotten younger since the 2001 NFL draft. He's slimmed up in the cheeks. He's
right.
Oh man, I don't know. Yeah, he might have. Who knows?
Is that what it is? Is that like I just eat nothing but plants?
I guess, dude.
Dandelions and watermelons and stuff.
I'm not a dietitian or a nutritionist, so don't ask me because I'm not going to give advice and get sued.
I don't understand. I don't get it. What's it like? Tom Brady finished with 349 points. He was 1 point right behind Ryan Tannehill, which is kind of wild.
Not even
21 points a game. This is one of Tom Brady's better seasons in a good while too.
Yeah, I think it's probably his best season since Randy Moss in 2007.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't say best. Don't do that.
Don't say what?
Don't say it was his best. Don't do that.
I said, yeah, it was his best since because Randy Moss with 23 of them things.
Yeah, 50 touchdowns, kind of hard to beat.
Yep.
I don't know.
All right.
Number 9, Justin Herbert, the man himself. Justin Sherbert.
Are you really high on him?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like real high?
Almost as high as a Charger fan. I'm up there. Like, Chargers are just Packers West, right?
Yeah.
Is it the Raiders? I don't know.
Definitely the Chargers.
You know what? No, the Chargers are like the Packers retired. That's what they are. Packers broke. 342 points off 15 games for 22 points a game. Kind of hard to shake a stick at a rookie that can do that. That number's only going to go up.
Did you say shake a stick at a rookie that can do that?
Yeah, it's hard to shake a stick at a rookie. I don't know where that term comes from, but I don't even know what that means. Like, are you shaking a stick at somebody you don't like? Are
you just, like, quoting stuff you have no idea what it means?
I've heard that, like, all my life.
Oh, okay. Well, just
if my mom's watching, I think she said that before.
We're off track here. But
she is watching.
Yeah. Sweet.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Ray's mom. It's Leanne, right? I believe that's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 10, Lamar Jackson.
Wait. Are you high on Justin Herbert because you think he's good or because the weapons that are there?
Both.
Or both? Both? Okay. I mean, that's fair. He did look pretty good his rookie season. I think it would have been a really good competition between him and Joe Burrow to see who holds the rookie passing touchdown record. Yeah, I like Justin Herbert, but I don't think that I'm near as high on Justin Herbert as you are. Talk to me in a couple years when they get, I'm not going to put it into fruition, but when they get another wide receiver alongside Keenan Allen, then we'll talk. Don't say it. Anyways, number 10 is Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson finished here because of the rushing potential that he gives, the rushing upside. Everyone knows that the passing pie in Baltimore is not big at all. Majority of the passing pie in Baltimore goes to Mark Andrews anyways. Marquise Brown came on, Hollywood Brown came on a little bit at the end of the year. It's one of those squeaky wheel gets the oil grease type things where he started complaining, got a couple touchdowns. But yeah, as a dude who had Lamar Jackson, he didn't hurt you, but he didn't help you either.
it's hard to say no to a quarterback that can give you a
Rush for
1,000
1,000.
That's tough.
I know.
But imagine if he was accurate. Imagine if he was like he came in, he could throw the ball to people.
You mean imagine if he was actually like Michael Vick and could pass the football? And is it Jim Harbaugh? Well, whatever Harbaugh brother it is. I think it's Jim. John, Jim. I don't know. I get them confused. Imagine if he would actually call plays that would allow Lamar Jackson to throw the football if he had an arm.
Well, I don't know. He's just super inaccurate. And if he fixes that, if he ever fixed that, he number one. But
Question.
he's got to fix those problems. So
he's not accurate, and I don't think he can throw outside routes. I don't think he has good enough arm strength to get the ball on a simple out route. I honestly don't. I think he gets undercut by the corner. That's why they run tight end seams and posts all the time. That's all he throws.
Yeah, because he's got a good deep ball, but not a lot of accuracy. Not enough accuracy to throw an out route. That's for sure. I don't know. He's another one of those guys you're going to see that's going to fly off the board probably in next draft too. Your next draft,
I think he drops.
You think he's going to be the second quarterback taken off the board?
No.
Do you think he's going to be the fifth quarterback taken off the board?
He'll go between 5 and 7.
Really?
And
So
redraft home leagues, he'll go between 5 and 7 for rushing upside potential.
So you have Josh Allen as number 2.
Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. I'm gonna say Kyler Murray gets taken. There's probably probably a few on this list that get taken before him. If Deshaun plays, Russ, probably Dak, then Lamar. So he's at like 7 for me. Yeah.
I think that a lot of people are still super high on Dak, and there's just no way that. Again, like I said, you're going to have a Cowboys fan in it.
Oh, and for sure.
If you don't, then I'm going to draft Dak. So that's who I want. That's who I'd be targeting. That's who I would think that if he can fall to me in the right spot, that's where I'd take him as like 6, right there. I like that. Lamar Jackson has to fall to 8 to take that risk.
To fall to you at the 8th to take that risk?
He would have to fall that far for me to take the risk. Because not only is he super inaccurate, he's not giving you a lot of the touchdown upside off of his arm, but it's just a proven fact that quarterbacks that are mainly rushers before they're passers, they just get hurt a lot more. And it's just with the simplicity of the fact that he gets hit more. He's not built like a running back, but I mean, he's playing the position as a running back / quarterback.
I feel you. Sorry, I'm trying to pull up the list of quarterbacks that I would think would go above him.
I mean, do you say Aaron Rodgers goes before him?
Lamar Jackson actually might probably go 5th.
You think so?
Yeah, he'll be a top 7 pick. I don't know where, but looking at the quarterback list, yeah, he'll go up top just strictly for the rushing potential.
I don't know. And then the last 2 guys on this list, I'm not excited about it all.
All right. So number 11, this is where the points drop off by more than 30 points. Number 11, we have Kirk Cousins from Minnesota. Everyone kind of knows the story about Kirk Cousins. There's not really a whole lot that you need to go into with Kirk Cousins. He's up here because, as we discussed, Adam Thielen had 18 touchdowns and Justin Jefferson had, was it 9? 8. Quick math right there. That's 26 passing touchdowns between the two of them. Dalvin Cook had quite a few. So I don't expect Kirk Cousins to be a top 12 quarterback next year. That's just me.
If he gets to 12, that's probably like his ceiling next season. And I'm just saying that I don't even. You know what? I take that back. I don't even think it's 12. I think it's like 14. That's his ceiling. It's 14.
Yeah.
Because that's if everybody on the list again stays healthy. You don't know who's going to be healthy, who's not. But Dak will be in the top 10. He will be. There's no question. I think Joe Burrow gets there. I'm really high on Joe Burrow. I think that what he showed with decrepit AJ Green, and he's making Tyler Boyd look relevant, and T. Higgins is on the up and up. Who's your mama? Uzmanzada, that tight end they got, that guy, he looked at least.
They just signed Moss. His tight end that he had with them. His tight end that they had at LSU.
You think that he starts?
If he has chemistry with Joe Burrow, probably, but different topic.
Yeah, completely different. Getting off the rails again. I don't like Kirk Cousins. He finishes out of the top 12.
If you're a Vikings fan, don't care. Don't like him.
Yeah, I don't care. He's out of the top 12. No thanks.
And number 12, he definitely won't finish here next year. Matt Ryan from the Atlanta Falcons. He finished with 293 points with an 18.34 point average across 16 games. You weren't starting Matt Ryan week in, week out. Matt Ryan might have been a bye week start for one of the other quarterbacks that you were going to have, but no one expected Matt Ryan to finish top 12.
That's basically all I'd have to say about Matt Ryan. I don't want to talk about him. So moving forward to honorable mentions, like we said, Dak, he'll be on this list, but he's not the guy that I want to talk about. So when you go into your redraft and you see, you said the top 5 quarterbacks taken, you see Jalen Hurts come off the board, thank yourself for being smart enough to be in that league. Do not take this man in any of your drafts. Don't do it unless you're in like a dual quarterback draft.
I believe episode 1 you were cold as hell on this guy.
Still cold, still there. No thanks.
I feel it. If you're a if you're a super flex league, obviously, yeah, take him because you're going to need at least 30 quarterbacks, and there's only 32 starters in the NFL. So some people are going to get trash cans. It's just the way that it works.
Yeah. So like I said, if you have that dual quarterback starting situation going on, yeah, then Jalen Hurts, he's worth that kind of risk. He'll probably go way higher than what he should. He's going to in redrafts. You're going to hear it in the hype train. I don't know. I'm so far out. It's not even funny.
So honorable mentions, if we're covering these, you already talked about Dak. Watch out for Matt Stafford late in drafts. If Matt Stafford is late in drafts, I'm talking 10th round plus. He's actually a really good quarterback. He's just been really unfortunate in Detroit for so long. And now that he's in LA, he's got Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, raise high on him, Cam Akers to catch out of the backfield. Tyler Higbee, tight end, should be really, really viable. He might be a dude who sneaks into the top 12 at the end of next season.
I was going to bring him up, but I figured I'm going to take one of the bad ones so you can take the good one. Just a little trade-off here.
Yeah.
I'm with that. I think that he can finish top 12 for
sure. He finished 15 with the Detroit Lions.
And he was hurt for, it felt like maybe 3 or 4 games, right? How many games played did he have? While he's bringing that up.
Yeah, he played all 16.
Oh, he did? I thought he got hurt.
He might have played half a game. They count, or if you start a game, you played it. That's the only problem with this.
It just felt like he was hurt from like most of the season. I know that he had the back issue again this year. He was we've seen over and over again. But no, I think Stafford has a real good shot at getting into the top 12. I don't think there's a lot of argument you're going to get from me on that one.
Mm-mm. I don't either.
That rounds it out right there, Aaron. You got anything else?
Technically, he only played 15. Yeah, he got hurt in one game after like 2 attempts. Do I have anything else? No. It's about that time for the real NFL draft. So a lot of people get laxed on fantasy football in the off season, but this is the time when you're gonna pay attention to news and shows and podcasts and other things that are going on around the NFL that you're gonna get a jump start on your league for the start of next season. So if you're listening now and you're watching now, you're already 2 steps ahead of everybody else. So, but I'm excited for the real NFL draft.
I know. This offseason, man, it feels like it's 500 years long.
You know, I think I don't like this offseason strictly because Tom Brady won another Super Bowl. I'll just say it. I'll say it. Same.
I'm still a little salty. Kevin King, if you are watching today, if you wanted to just decide to retire.
You know what, Kevin King, if you're watching, come on the show and explain yourself, please. I beg you. I need to know what the hell you were thinking. But anyways, guys, we're off the rails again. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let us know what you think. We say that you're legends around here if you type up a nice little comment. You can even say, you don't like my take, and that'll be okay. We can debate it.
That's all I want. I just want you guys, if you're having a good time, if you want to reach out to us, get yourself mentioned on the or in the show or whatnot, please drop something in the comments. Let us know what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, what we could fix, what you guys want to listen to, what you guys want to hear, anything you guys want answered. Look, I don't got a life. I'm here for you guys.
Stop.
I'm here to get you guys to win.
Stop. People have said that they would like to see an intro. We are currently behind the scenes working on an intro. So don't know when it'll be done, but we've heard you and it is coming. But until next week, guys, see you later.